So the first question, what are some practical steps we can take to resolve conflicts between individuals? Okay, so Bismillah. The first thing to do, find out the cause, find out the root cause, which means going to uh, the source of it all. Why are people actually arguing? Why are they upset? Find out. Generally, either someone will have wronged another person, or someone will feel aggrieved and wronged by another person, even though nothing actually happened. So, if there has been some wrong, then the way to resolve that is justice, right? Someone's gone and taken someone else's property, you get it back, and you say, look, you can't have this, you give it back. And then there's a way of doing things, sometimes where, you can calm things down on both sides and try to either try to get them to reconcile, or if it's a case of sometimes people are just better apart, let them be apart, but just not in conflict. So if there's any sort of wrong, the wrong needs to be addressed. That's one thing. If it's a case of people feeling aggrieved, and usually this happens in families, so and so walked in, didn't even say salam to me, and then just spoke to everyone else and walked off. Then the way around this is to go speak to people and remind them of prophetic character. We are people here. Allah's put us on earth to be like the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's as simple as that. Especially with relatives and family members, and sometimes there's a lot of history between people. But still, there's a way of conducting yourself and the way of speaking. So if someone's come in and they've made another person feel really belittled or something like that, you say to them, look, this is not the best way to get on in the world. And even if you don't feel like going and giving that person a hug, then at least go and acknowledge them, and say a salam in public, or do something. And so that's one thing. Usually with these kind of matters, it's a gray area. It really is a gray area where the thing done isn't necessarily wrong, but it's not. But one party may see as an affront. For example, there's a person, they like receiving gifts. If someone goes on holiday or whatever, they like to know that they remembered me when they were there. So, bring them a gift. And if someone didn't bring them a gift, you just explain to them, you're just different people. Like when you go, you always bear people in mind, and so and so, they do remember people, but it's just their way of showing it is not giving gifts. Maybe they called, maybe they messaged, maybe they went there and they prayed for you. So try to when you're dealing with people, you're dealing with, most of the time, you're dealing with little children in adult bodies. It's this whole egotistical thing as well. Sometimes when people are egotistical, if you want to calm things down, you don't say you're being a child right now. You don't do that. Right? So it's a way of looking at people, at their sensitivities, but at the same time, don't let the sensitivities stop you from addressing a wrong, and say to someone, look, I know you're upset, but what you did there was out of order, right? And this is how it's done. So if there's a wrong, the wrong needs to be addressed. If it's just a difference in perspective, just say to them, look, not everyone gets on, and you don't have to get on, but you should be civil, right? And then like I said, sometimes it's a case where some people, the scenario is so volatile, or if you force them to sit down and shake hands and make up, that within a day or 2 days, so they just when people are angry with each other, they speak in a certain way, and they use certain words or certain tone. It's going to rub the other one the wrong way, or it could get worse. So in those situations, sometimes it's better for people just to be on speaking terms and just not actively around each other. So you bear these in mind, and you ask Allah for tawfiq. And it is something great, helping people reconcile. There's a lot of reward in that. But look at the root cause and look for the greater good, and ask Allah for help, and inshallah there will be benefit there.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله